In order to fix this navbar menu and then be able to sign in and sign out, we need to go to the navbar component. So the nav, and then from here, I think we need to update this one from the stateless function to just a class component. So let's quickly do that one. So everything is fine now. We can work on this bit. And the first thing we need to do is just we need to, in our constructor, we can just create a default state, which is signed in, and by default it will be false. So, and then props signed in, it will be false. So we need to check if it is signed in, then show some buttons, otherwise don't show. The first thing, we don't need to show if it is not signed in, so we are going to just show the new block and make this page only accessible if the user has already logged in. So the first thing we need to do, we can say this dot state dot signed in, then do this one. Otherwise, just null. So come back here. Well, obviously by default that's false. So if I make it true, you will quickly see that we have this one. So I return this one back. So if you're not signed in, we're not gonna show the new block one. And also here, we need to just change this one to sign in. And then we also need another button here. We're going to just say, going to get rid of this one. And then I'll call it danger in this case. And now we have these two. Obviously, if we are logged in, we shouldn't see one of them. So let's just quickly do this one. If we are logged in, so what do we need to do? This bit should be in the second part, and the first bit should be in there. Cool. So now, because we are not logged in by default, we see this icon. Otherwise, we will see the sign out. And what else do we need to do? And I'm going to actually create a link here, because we need the link around the sign in. So let's just quickly grab the link and paste it here. And we are going to sign in page. In this case, we're not going anywhere for now. And so we should be able to see the sign-in page. Good. So let's quickly go and write some code around this state. In order to do that, we need to wait until component has been mounted. So say component did mount. Then we can check if the user has been already signed in. And then from there, we obviously need to check the authentication. So I'm going to quickly grab the auth, import auth from lib, and then DB, and then we can check if the user has been already signed in. Just make that one, make this signed in true. So we can say auth, then on auth state change, that's the method we need. And then user, and quickly check if there is any user. So if there is any user, means signed in. Otherwise, there is no sign in. So we can come here and say this dot set state and true. And then if not, well, we are already false, so we don't need to do anything about it. And that's all we needed to do. So I'm coming back here, refresh our page. There we go. Because we already signed in, we can see these two buttons. And now we need to write some code in order to sign out the user. So in order to do that, we can just come here and say on click, we need to call this dot sign out. There we go. So we are going to write the code for the sign out quickly. Sign out is a function. And then from the sign out, all we need to do, we just need to say auth dot sign out. That's all we need to do. And obviously, we also need to make our state false. So I'm just going to copy and paste it, make it false. And this is it. But we need to wait until actually the user sign out. So I'm going to just put await here. And because we're using await, so we need to use async. Async. There we go. So we are waiting until the user sign out, but then we made the state false, and this is it. So let's quickly check it. But as you remember, because we are using state, changing the state in one of the methods we wrote, like sign out, we need to just quickly add that is mounted technique, which we used in the previous videos. So I'm going to add it there quickly. So let's say and in order to fix this one, we need to just find out what is the error. It is, as you can see, it says no underscore dangle. So we can go to the ESLint RC and quickly here just say no underscore dangle. Let's just make it 0 in this case because it's very annoying. So, and we need to just do this one. There we go. So if we come back here, now we don't see any error. For example, here or there, we don't see any error. Now we can come and test it. So let's just sign out. There we go. Those buttons gone. Sign in, log in. And then the button has changed. We have the new block. So that's cool. Let's move on and then work on the rest of the page.